Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
I'm Louisa Barton with the Horse Talk Show and Equus TV on Roku here at Churchill Downs with Bob Baffert, Hall of Famer and winner again of his 7th Derby. Very excited, especially since it's a Florida bred this year. A little reminiscent of Silver Charm, in my opinion, coming second in the same 2 stakes races. We kind of had high hopes for Medina Spirit. Tell us a little bit about the first time that you had Medina Spirit in the barn and kind of what were your first thoughts about him?
Yeah, he came to the barn. I want to say he was in the June or July sale in the summer, and he came straight to Los Alamitos. That's where I keep my my young horses. And, went down there. He just looked like, nice looking, conformity-wise, light horse. And then he trained there, and all of a sudden my assistant there, I get every day I get a report of who he breezes, whatever. And this horse Medina was always like, he liked him. He looked good, and he kept saying, and I remember he sent me a text, I know you didn't give much for him, but I think he could be a good one. I said, well, that's good, So what, we never, he came along, and then we got him to Santa Anita. We worked him, we ran him. I knew he would win. And, he was a really nice horse. But then he was there in California, but I kept him there because he was still light. He was immature. And I didn't want to ship him anywhere. I almost shipped him to, I was going to ship him to Gulfstream or Louisiana, but I wanted him to grow up, and I kept him there. But then he had to run against Life is Good, which was, this freak of nature horse that was so fast, and unfortunately got hurt. And then I just thought if I shipped him, he's too light, immature, so I kept him there and ran him in the Santa Anita Derby. I thought he'd be really competitive there, and but that other horse just got the lead, took off, and he battled for second, but he got beat a ways, and so he got beat by a good horse. And then after that, we just freshened him up and got him cranked up for the Derby. And I told he got here, he looked great on the track, and but I was still maybe he'll get a piece, but he was the kind of horse I knew that everything would have to go perfect for him. And maybe some of the favorites, something would have to go wrong for them, And so, but if everything goes smooth, maybe we have a chance. And so when I saw him on the backside on the lead going easy, I said, he's doing it. It's really nice. Fractions were decent. They always run fast. In turn for home, I thought, I could see he was riding him. I thought, I think he's out of horse. I said that because I heard you say, I'm out of horse. And then all of a sudden they came to him, and it's like he just started digging in and fighting. And I thought, well, I still wasn't too excited about it. I thought, I don't know. I'm hoping maybe he'll run second or third or fourth, And they got to the 16th pole, and you could tell that he just would relent. He wouldn't give up. Like the race that he ran, like 3 races before, I thought, wow. And we were so excited. We were just screaming. I mean, usually I'm watching the Derby, I'm very quiet and like, all right, come on, get there. But with him, the appreciation for it, I haven't appreciated a Derby, like last year I really did, because authentic. What happened with Jimmy Barnes, he broke his arm, and then this horse coming in here thinking, I'm like everybody else, a $45,000 horse, costs $1,000 as a yearling, but it was just magic, This race is magic, and things like that happen, and it gives the little guy a chance. They can think, what? If Bob Baffert can win it with a $45,000, maybe I can win it too. Keeps the dream. The Derby is like the greatest race in the world. It's the best feeling in the world, and to come here and to win it again with a horse like this that really didn't start out to be one of my big gunners, and to win it and pull it off, it's like I'm so grateful for it. It's like pinch me right now because I can't believe he won. But he ran his heart out. Johnny V was cool, relaxed. And, last 2 nights we've been talking about it. Have you figured out a trip yet? I think I got one figured out. He told me what he was going to do. I said, I think that's just give him a chance to fight, and he'll be okay. He's a lot better horse than he was the last time he rode him, and here we are.
Well done, Bob. We're getting the wrap-up sign here, keeping the Derby dream alive for all of us. So well done, Bob. Congratulations. Thanks for being with us. Yes.
Thank you so much.
I'm Louisa Barton for the Horse Talk Show here at Churchill Downs with Bob Baffert on his 7th win. And we had a chance to talk to Hall of Famer Bob Baffert at his barn at Churchill Downs the very next morning.
I would have jinxed him. I'm telling you.
He called me the night before the entries.
Oh,
They called me the night before the entries for the first stake race.
really? Oh, they were on. They called me up. They said, "You want a piece of her?" I go, "Who's she? Who's she involved to?"
She's not. She was empty.
She was empty.
Yeah.
Shit, I
She's
could've-
now enfolded, not this time.
Not this time.
We know I was going to buy that one.
I said, I think intermission is better. Tonic better crust than not this time, but it's still a
Who's
good
the
crust.
mother's by? Who's the mother by? She was by the Mongolian guy.
Brilliant Steve.
Let's tell Bob how you got them.
Wood horse. The mare? Wayne Rice gave me the mare.
Really?
Yeah, my first husband.
You can't give those things. I'm telling you what.
The story's just like, he
Now,
bought her
we're-
as a baby, he bought
so
her
we're-
tendon
we're-
and gave her to me.
No, if I call the guy, I bet he'll bring
He'll give
Protonico
you a
to the
free
farm.
one. Yes, he will.
Right?
He will bring
You know,
him.
Indian Blessing
Yes.
champion. He'll just bring
He
her over
will
there,
bring him.
stay a couple days there and breed
Yes,
her, and
he will
be
bring
done with
him.
it, right?
Yes, you can put him in the pasture together and let it do all natural.
That's what you go up.
That's sad. Oh, thank you.
You're gonna want him in Korea now. We'd like to talk to you about Protonico.
Is he EVA negative?
I remember I ran against Protonico here in the Clark, and I'm at a UCLA game in California because Jill's niece was going out with a center, so we're there and they're playing, and I'm in this little sweep, and I'm watching the Clark on my phone. I got Opportunity, and they turn for home. Opportunities on the lead, and all of a sudden Protonico is coming, the 8th pole. He's coming at him. I'm like we start like yelling, and all of a sudden somebody was asking me. They called me afterwards, and they go, "Bob, what did you think when Protonico was making that move?" I go, "God, I was getting all of a sudden I'm a delay, and I got a text. Congrats, great win." Like, oh shit, you ruined it. I hate when they do that, you know? Like, congrats, so I wasn't worried. But,
What was the mare's name whose colostrum he had?
Scribbling Sarah.
That's it, Scribbling Sarah.
Wait, it
Love
gets
that
better.
name.
Scribbling Sarah is the dam of speech that ran 3rd in the
Yeah.
or 4th in the Oaks last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
speech, yeah?
won the grade
It
one.
was the
Ashland.
colostrum that did
It was
it.
the colostrum. Could have been. Yeah,
I think he wrapped up Florida Bread of the Year again.
might have.
See, I had Silver Charm, he was Florida bred.
See?
They came second in the same
Second.
stakes races, exactly.
My son Bodie said, "Dad, I think you got a chance to win because every time you run second in the San Anita Derby, you win the Derby."
You win the Derby.
Bodie hadn't
knows
figured
better
out. I
than
just
the
wouldn't buy
child?
in.
True, he's
Who
watching.
knows better than a child?
I wouldn't buy in. You know what it was? Is when Life is Good got hurt, it's just like, you see,
What a
just,
disappointment.
it's a superior horse,
Yes.
you know? And, you know,
Yeah.
what do you mean he came off? Like what?
Came off the watch.
Like, he says, I don't know, his hind took a couple funny steps, and we look at him, he's fine. He stopped, then he started out a little bit, and his eyes cold touching. Maybe it's a nail,
Yeah, right.
a bruise or
Yeah, he's
something.
just gonna upset.
I said, wouldn't give on him. We took an X-ray, and he had a tiny little, oh my, like, and then you got to make that call.
You got to call the owner.
You've got to call.
Yes.
And Elliot Walden called me and says, "Hey, how we do?" And we worked unbelievable. We got a little issue going on here. What? I said, well, I mean, point given, he should have won. And that, I don't know what that was just and looking at Lucky, he should have won. He got completely wiped out. And then This horse, you know, like Cavalier here. I came in here like Cavalier.
Oh man.
Like,
Grindstone, yeah.
you know, coming in there. Grindstone, he was, I think he was the better horse, you know. But, you know, Farrell really, he didn't run that well in the Derby. He was, I think, because he ran out at Arkansas. That was the most impressive. And all right, I think American Farrell, he was just something else, you know. And Justify, he was just a big brute. He was just a big, fast, grand looking. And what he did
111 days.
Huh? 111 days to do all that shit.
Yes.
Amazing.
When's his life is going to come back? I saw he's under attack at Windsor. He's coming back to you by Del Mar, you think?
Yeah, he might. Yeah. He was really small. God, it was sickening. But you know what? Like we said, maybe it was for the better. You know, whatever. You know, mile and a quarter. All these horses give him a chance to. I want to go back to that Saudi Cup and win that thing. I like
Oh
that.
man,
That
would that
20
be
million?
fun?
Oh yeah.
I want to win that. 20 million. I can just
Saudi
coast.
Cup. Could we go over there?
Yeah.
Let's make our plan.
Absolutely. We'll get the ticket.
Can we
Yeah,
take
well-
this horse?
Yeah, well, the new tax laws, you win, and then you got to just coast the rest of the year. You know.
Would he want to run the horse in Saudi?
Who?
Medina.
No, we're talking about life.
So
and
if
No, I
death.
he's
know,
taking life as
You know,
good.
with where he's from and everything else, would he maybe want to run there?
Oh, he didn't care about it. Matter of fact, I was going to take him to the Saudi Derby, but he
Really?
ran too well. When he ran second, it just blew my whole deal for the Saudi Derby. My man, Michael.
Too cool.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Am I the worst handicapper or what?
Oh my goodness.